It's been a brutal winter here in New York City. We've had snow, more snow, super cold temperatures, and really dry air. Everyone is complaining about dry, cracked skin. So we decided to get a humidifier to help our office air quality. But did it really humidify the air? And if so, by how much? What we needed was something that showed the actual humidity. Such a device is called a hydrometer, like this one. The trouble with these sorts of hydrometers is they only have an accuracy of plus or minus 10%. That's a pretty big range when you're trying to detect subtle changes in the humidity. Even cheap electronic humidity sensors are pretty inaccurate across the range and really need to be calibrated across different temperatures. What we needed was something much more accurate. So we reached for the most accurate, reasonably priced digital humidity sensor on the planet today, the Sensirion SHT25. And this is a sensor we used on Embedded Adventures Fabled Mod 1018. So here we have a humidity sensor. How do we create something that shows what the humidity is? For that, we need an LED or LCD display, like the Embedded Adventures DSP7S04. And to communicate with the display and the sensor, we'll use an Arduino. The Sensirion SHT25 module runs at 3.3 volts, but the Arduino Uno runs at 5 volts. So we'll grab a bidirectional level translator, like Embedded Adventures Mod 1003S. It converts between 3.3 volt signals and 5 volt signals. Some devices aren't fussy about the voltage level that you use to communicate with them, but the Sensirion SHT25 is not one of those. Oh, and we'll need some female and male jumper wires and headers to connect everything together. All right, let's get this wired up. If you have the choice, we recommend using red for positive power connections and black wires for ground connections. Use other colors for signals, preferably different colors for different signals. That way it makes it really easy to trace wires to see that everything is connected correctly. And here we've already soldered male headers onto the humidity sensor and the 3.3 volt side of the level translator. And we've soldered female headers on the 5 volt side. We'll use a male header on the LED display and use a male-female wire combo to give us a little extra length to display the sensor somewhere else. Let's use a black wire between the ground pin on the sensor to the ground pin on the level translator on the B or 3.3 volt side. Red between VDD and 3.3 volt power pin on the level translator. Pick a different color for the SCL or serial clock to B2. You don't have to use the same colors I have. Again, for SDA or serial data to B1. On the other side of the level translator, connect 5 volt to 5 volt on the Arduino. Again, we've used red here. Ground to ground on the Arduino. B1 to SDA on the Arduino. You can see the pin is actually marked on the underside of the board. B2 to SCL on the Arduino. Great, so at this point, if you wanted to, you could run an Arduino sketch to find out the humidity and temperature, but that's no fun. We really want it without a computer. Embedded Adventures DSP7S04 uses a simple shift register to shift in which segments of the display you want lit up to make numbers and some letters. Again, we're going to connect ground on the display with ground on the Arduino. They aren't labeled here, but we happen to know that this pin is actually also a ground pin. VCC on the display to 5-volt pin on the Arduino. Connect latch on the display to pin 12. Blank on the display to pin 6. Serial in on the display to pin 11. Clock on the display to pin 10. Load up the demo sketch and we're off. Did the humidifier work? Well, here's the humidity with it turned off, and after a couple of hours running, why yes, it looks like it did work.